Why was Henry Roman IV excommunicated by the Pope? If you're curious about one of the most significant conflicts in medieval European history, you're in the right place. Let's explore why Henry Roman IV, the Holy Roman Emperor, was excommunicated by Pope Gregory VII. In the late 11th century, a major power struggle was brewing between the Church and the state. At the heart of this conflict were two powerful figures: Henry Roman IV, the King of Germany and Holy Roman Emperor, and Pope Gregory VII. The immediate cause of the conflict was the right to appoint bishops and other church officials. Henry Roman IV continued to appoint his own bishops, despite the Pope's claims that this was the exclusive right of the papacy. This dispute is known as the Investiture controversy. In 1075, Pope Gregory VII issued the Dictatus Papae, which asserted the Pope's exclusive power to depose emperors and appoint churchmen. Henry Roman IV, however, refused to acknowledge this authority and continued to appoint his own bishops. One notable instance was when he made his chaplain, Tedald, the Bishop of Milan, contrary to the Pope's wishes. This defiance did not go unnoticed. Pope Gregory VII, feeling his authority was being challenged, threatened Henry Roman IV with excommunication. In January 1076, Henry Roman IV responded by holding a synod in Worms, where he and his bishops declared the Pope's election invalid and demanded his abdication. Henry even went so far as to call the Pope a false monk in a letter. Pope Gregory VII was not one to back down. On February 22, 1076, he excommunicated Henry Roman IV, stripping him of his title as king and releasing his subjects from their oaths of loyalty. This was a dramatic and unprecedented move, as it was the first time a pope had deposed a monarch. The excommunication had significant consequences. Henry IV's supporters began to waver, and he faced rebellions from German princes and nobles who saw this as an opportunity to weaken his power. The situation became so dire that Henry Roman IV was forced to flee to Bohemia after an uprising in Saxony. To regain his position, Henry Roman IV took a dramatic step. In 1077, he traveled to Canossa Castle in northern Italy, where Pope Gregory VII was staying, and submitted himself to the Pope's authority. He stood barefoot in the snow for 3 days as a form of penance, an event known as the Road to Canossa. The Pope eventually lifted the excommunication, but this did not end the conflict. Henry IV's actions and the Pope's responses continued to escalate the conflict. Henry was excommunicated again in 1080, and he responded by holding councils that declared the Pope illegitimate and electing his own Pope, Clement Triple. This led to further turmoil, including Henry's eventual march on Rome and the exile of Pope Gregory VII. In summary, Henry Roman IV was excommunicated by Pope Gregory VII because he refused to recognize the Pope's authority over the appointment of church officials, leading to a broader conflict between the Church and the state that would shape European history for centuries to come.